The RV Show USA is brought to you by Rockwood, building better RVs, making smarter RVers. As our regular listeners know, I am no fan of Camping World for many reasons. I've talked about some of them here on the program. In the past few months, I've been relatively quiet about America's largest RV dealership. Some folks are wondering why. Some have even started some online rumors of me receiving a cease and desist order, claiming that I can't talk about Camping World anymore on the air. Some think that I'm embarrassed to talk about Camping World because their stock price has more than doubled from back in September to now, to January, more than doubled in 4 months. So here's the deal. I have not been served with any kind of a cease and desist order. I am not embarrassed to share my thoughts about Camping World, but I am perplexed at what I see happening with their stock price. Through my eyes, I can't see a single reason why the stock price has gone up. I listen to the quarterly investor calls and I look at their numbers. I visit their stores. I look at their inventory. I read their online reviews. Still see a ton of very unhappy people, customers who are disillusioned with Camping World. From my perspective, I just don't see what some Wall Street analysts see, but that's just me. Here's what I see and what I don't. I see a stock price that's going up, but I don't see why. I see social media posts by people who are beyond angry at the treatment or lack of treatment they receive from Camping World after their purchase. I see lots of online rants from people blaming the manufacturer for building a horrible RV that they bought from Camping World. I see many first-time RV buyers who buy from Camping World, but almost none of them buy another RV from them. Why do you think that is? Why don't more people that bought from Camping World the first time buy from them again? Tell you what the Wingman thinks. I believe that it's the first-time RV buyers that keep the doors open at Camping World. It's the newbie. It's a young family who has a dream. It's a soon-to-be retired person or couple who has a dream of RV ownership and just doesn't know any better. Because of Camping World's great job of marketing and branding, and they do a great job, newbies and first-time buyers are naturally led to think that Camping World is the logical place to buy a new RV. So they do. They buy their first RV, but what happens next? I'll tell you what I believe. I believe that they either buy from someone else in the future or they never buy another RV again because of a negative experience. And it's the never buy another RV again people that bother me. RVing is fun, and I believe it's one of the very best ways that families can spend quality time together and make wonderful lifetime memories together. But when a family gets burned with being buried in a 15 or even a 20-year note, when the RV they buy isn't ready, sometimes not even close to being ready to take to the campground when it leaves the dealer's lot, when the first 2 or 3 camping trips for that family, for that newbie who have a dream, turn into a series of problems and trips back to the dealer, you can't blame the consumer for going sour on RVing. And I guess that's what bothers me. When an RV dealer doesn't do the proper prep on an RV that they sell and the customer is angry, who does the dealer typically blame? Well, most of them don't blame themselves. Think about it. If the RV isn't prepped properly before they leave the lot with it, it's not the manufacturer's fault. It's the dealer's responsibility to do a proper pre-delivery inspection. If the RV has arrived at the dealership with a problem from the manufacturer, doesn't it make sense that the dealer fixes it and doesn't just pass it through to you, the consumer? So my belief is that Camping World's increasing stock price cannot sustain itself unless they are doing something I'm not aware of. And if that's the case, Camping World, please tell me. I'm serious. I would like to know what you are looking at. My advice for RV buyers is to find out if the majority of a dealer's sales are to newbies and first-time buyers. If they are, take a minute and ask yourself, why don't they buy their future RVs from that same dealer? You come up with your own answer, okay? I also advise you to not take delivery of your RV until you're comfortable with it. Make sure that everything works before you leave the lot. Man, you're spending a lot of money on something that can help you experience so much joy, but you need to make a fully informed decision on where you buy your RV. If you're leaning towards buying from Camping World, one more bit of advice before you buy. Are you listening? Before you buy from Camping World, or actually from any dealer, hang out in the service area. Wait for other customers who are picking up their RV out of service. Visit with them. Listen closely to what they have to say. Then make your final decision. I'll just bet you $1 that if you visit with the folks who are picking up their RV out of service, you're going to get a little bit different perspective, and that you'll keep that in mind when you make your final decision on where to buy. In terms of Camping World and all RV dealers, I honestly believe that if buyers would visit with folks who are picking up their RV from service and they refuse to close the deal until everything worked on the RV that they're buying, the reputation of Camping World and all RV dealers would improve. You, the RV buyer, have power. You do. You have the ability to say no, and the time to say no is before you close the deal. To anyone who bought their first RV from Camping World, but their next one somewhere else, I'd love to hear why you didn't go back to America's largest RV dealership. Leave me a voicemail, 1-330-WINGMAN.